Hello, this is video log 40 on the 18th of October. So I've been really cold and shivery all day and I just can't shake this feeling that I'm sort of just starving to absolute death. It's horrible. I've been inside for hours now. It's about 8 PM and I got home like about 5:30 and I'm still so cold to the bones, and it is normal for me to get cold, and I think it's partly due to the poor circulation, which is all linked to Ehlers Danlos Syndrome and POTS. It's partly due to my low weight, which again is linked to my illnesses, and now at this point it's because I just haven't got enough energy to keep myself warm, because I can't eat enough food to give me the energy I need like throughout the day to survive. So I am really struggling and I am really miserable, but I've just decided to carry on for the time being, at least today, as if everything's fine, and that is what I tend to do a lot of the time when I can. So I'm sure anyone who'd seen me earlier today and was watching this now would be surprised about how, you know, me speaking about how unwell I am, because I do a good job of hiding it quite a lot of the time. I've become an expert. Anyway, so I've had a really long day today and everything went wrong. So first of all, I had to go and collect my wheelchair this morning, which meant it was quite difficult because I had to get Jamie to take me in my manual wheelchair, and then we had to bring both the chairs back on the bus, which was a lot of work and took hours. But I went in to get the wheelchair, and immediately when I walked in the shop, the assistant manager turned around to the other woman and said, "Oh, it's her, I'm not serving her, you deal with it," in this like really horrible childish tone of voice, like some sort of school playground bully or something. And obviously the reason she said this is because I let her know that I was unhappy that the chair hadn't arrived on the date they said, and that they'd taken a deposit from us and then not made the chair available when they said they would, and that I was thinking of writing bad reviews if I didn't get the chair soon. That's what I had said to her previously. So, as I say, she immediately turned round, made this stupid comment, and then told the other woman, who clearly didn't know what she was doing, that she had to deal with me. So I didn't really say much. I obviously didn't bother challenging her because I was exhausted. All I wanted was to get my wheelchair, and I wasn't really into fighting this battle at all. It doesn't really matter to me. I just wanted the chair. So I, got in the chair and they turned it on. They said they charged it for me, and they asked if I wanted the plastic taken off, and I said yes and helped them take the plastic off. Now, prior to me going there, they had received the chair from the manufacturer and assembled it correctly, I assumed. A bit of foreshadowing there. So I drove the chair out of the shop. It was all fine. It had already been paid over the phone, so I just drove it out. And then I could tell immediately that something was wrong. It just wasn't like handling like normal, and it would feel as if when you turned a corner, like the weight would sort of almost fly down to that side, and that was not at all like the display model that I had just tried out in the shop just over a week ago. So I obviously knew something was wrong, but I had to leave and go to university, so I did that and just carried on using the chair. I probably used it for in total about half an hour, because most of the time was spent you know, in the drawing studio at university where I wasn't, the chair wasn't even powered on or in use most of the time. And then, so I had a good drawing session. I do really enjoy my illustration course. I found it much harder to concentrate than usual because of, you know, not having enough energy and all the health things that are going on in the background. But oh, 1 second. Sorry. But you know, I'm trying my best and I'm getting on with the illustration work and enjoying it. So then my mum picked me up. We put the chair in the car by disassembling it as you normally do into 2 parts, and then we got it home, and I decided to get it out of the car and bring it inside the house just so I could have a look at it. And at that point, literally the arm just fell straight off. I mean, the entire wheelchair arm just fell straight off, clunk onto the ground. And that shouldn't happen, and if that had happened while I was driving on the road, I could have been severely injured, and it's extremely dangerous. I would have been stuck in the middle of the road. Luckily it happened, you know, just when I brought it inside, and I definitely hadn't done anything wrong in handling it, by the way. I know what I'm doing, and I looked at the manual. So then I looked at the back of the wheelchair, and I started looking in the manual in more detail at all the pictures of all the screws and things, and I could see that loads of the screws and things that hold the chair together were completely missing. And I mean loads, at least 5 or 6 pieces of the chair were missing, and there was nothing holding the arms on at all. The plastic piece with the screw on it was completely missing on both sides, and a bunch of other stuff and pieces of Velcro that hold the electric cable onto the chair were missing, and all sorts. And to be honest, it's pretty obvious to me that the assistant manager probably did this on purpose. I mean, the childish way she was treating me tells me that she's definitely not above doing something like this. And I can't believe that they're that incompetent that they literally just don't even attach some of the pieces of the wheelchair, because they would have had screws left over, because it would have been sent with all the pieces from the manufacturer. So they would have had to actively not put those screws on and put them away elsewhere for this to happen. And it's extremely dangerous, you know, considering the fact it's a wheelchair, an electronic wheelchair. I'm gobsmacked, absolutely gobsmacked that they would do that. So it's really upsetting. I spent, you know, almost £2,000 at their shop, because that's how much the wheelchair cost, just to find out that they've purposely, well, I think they have purposely given me one with pieces missing, or if not, they are so terrible at their jobs that they've accidentally given me one with many pieces missing and nothing, and the chair's not even like attached together. It's literally just like slotted together so that like as soon as you held one of the arms and just gently pulled, it would like fly straight off. I mean, it's ridiculous. So basically we've called the bank and let them know that we want to put the funds on hold, so they won't be getting their money until they put this right, and we're going to have to speak to them shop tomorrow, and I wish I didn't have to deal with them at all anymore. I'm thinking of just giving the fucking chair back, and just telling them that I'm not interested anymore and that I want all the money back. But I do really need the chair is the thing, and it's going to be a lot of work for me to get another one in another long wait without a chair. So I mean, hopefully we can resolve it, but to me the only thing that would resolve it is if they came to my house at their own expense, put all the missing pieces back on the wheelchair, and then proved to me that they'd done that by showing me the installation manual. And I really doubt they're going to do that based on their attitude so far. And by the way, this is the Able World shop in Gloucester, so if you're thinking of going there for a wheelchair, think again. I'm just so annoyed. This is just a particularly bad example of, you know, customer service, but this seems to happen to me every time I buy something, it's faulty. So, I'm exhausted, and I think I'm just gonna go to bed and sort of fight this battle tomorrow, which I really didn't want to have to do, but I'm not going to let them take advantage of me like that and give me a chair that's unsafe that could just fall to pieces when I've paid them almost £2,000. So that's it for today. Sorry for the sort of rant, but I'm sure you must understand. I think I'm lost. I don't know what to do. Everything's just going wrong. But I guess I'll just go to sleep. So, bye bye for now.